motherfucker. Go.
All I'm doing is contemplating the ifs.
I don't want to hear about no motherfucking ifs. All I want to hear from your ass is, you ain't got no problem, Jules. I'm on the motherfucker. Go back in there, chill them niggas out, and wait for the cavalry, which should be coming directly.
You ain't got no problem, Jules. I'm on the motherfucker. Go back in there and chill them niggas out. And wait for the wolf, who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
Oh, you feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
Here we go again.
Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill him, coming in the gutter. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill him, coming in the air. This moment happens once in a lifetime. My heart pumping, adrenaline pipeline. Right mind, right brain, right life, right game. Our time, walk tall, never slip, never fall. Win it all, never dare, stand proud, never sit. Here it is, do or die. One chance, let it fly. Fourth quarter, bottom line. No water, time to shine. Time is mine, believe it, baby. Champions here, they need it, baby. I got enough bravado, don't need no lucky lotto. I eat your face like Tyson when he had the motto. This is my chance to shine in front of millions. And see us back in the building. Damn right. Awesome. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill it, coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill it, coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill it, coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill it, coming in the air. This moment happens once in a lifetime. My heart pumping, adrenaline pipeline. Right mind, right brain, right life, right game. Our time, walk tall, never slip, never fall. Win it all, never dare, stand proud, never sit. Here it is, do or die. One chance, let it fly. Fourth quarter, bottom line. No water, time to shine. Time is mine, believe it, baby. Champions here, they need it, baby. I got enough bravado, don't need no lucky lotto. I eat your face like Tyson when he had the motto. This is my chance to shine in front of millions and see us back in the building. Damn right. Loyalty, respect, a legend, we never kill it, coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Welcome to the XFL Aftermath. I am your host, the dubious one, the original asshole, Captain Ron Johnson, alongside my brother from another mother, the Black Ric Flair.
Woo!
The man who has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is just too easy to be rocketed. Why? Because it's free real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocket Reese is in the building. Rocket Reese, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You know what? It's a good thing that I forgot that yesterday was Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
I probably would have been feeling like a couple of hurricanes right now.
Yeah. I'm thinking that probably wouldn't be very good for you there, but
yeah. But
hey,
one would probably be bad enough at this rate because anywho, but you know what? There was a theme with as a fact, what a week one first of all, XFL, and you know what? With the exception of the Roughnecks and the Guardians.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think there was I think there was a line, and I think LL Cool J said it best.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking. Don't call it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's right. What a crazy week one. Comebacks, well, like I said, almost all around.
Oof. I mean, I'll be honest with you. My wife is gonna love what I'm about to say, because I'd say somewhere in the middle of the third quarter, I just sat here and I just saw that missed kick in the St. Louis San Antonio game. I was like, okay, I'm done. I need to go kill something. I need to go shoot something. It was a good thing that I just got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and or the second one. Because then that pretty much took care of it, and I sat here and lounged a little bit, got all the stress out, got to spend time with her, and then I had to sit here and open up my phone just to check the score. Since I figured in my head I still had to finish up our inaugural Extreme List of Collision, and I just look at her like, holy shit! And then she looks at me, she's like, and you were talking shit about him. Look at that. Did you see what happens? Happens when you don't actually watch the whole thing? Like,
Yeah, especially in this XFL so far, because damn. Let's go back to the beginning,
The arrival of some old flavor, so to speak.
Yeah, it used to be Tampa Bay, used to be Dallas, but now they're Vegas and Arlington.
Wait. Before we even talk about this, how bad is it that the Vipers didn't even want to be in Tampa Bay anymore? Well, I guess it's back to Tampa now since Tom's retired. And Arlington and the Renegades didn't even want to be in Dallas, be affiliated with Dallas. So they decided to just go, 10, 15 minutes up the road and go to Arlington instead? Like, how bad does those two NFL franchises suck that the two teams who basically are picking up the pieces? I mean, people actually got excited about the Renegades. They got excited about the Vipers. And now all of a sudden we get to the game itself. And holy shit, talk about a tale of two halves. Vegas dominating the first half. Arlington dominates the second half. And in true non-Beating Boys fashion, the Renegades pulling off one of the big, huge wins as they outlast the Vipers 22-20. Great game regardless. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. That game was pretty damn good.
Yeah, and I got to say that there was good seconds. So, Vegas, LeBron Stokes definitely stood out on the defense side initially with the sack and a half. And CJ Avery getting an interception early, but then turning it around though. After even though Drew Plitt didn't exactly have like the world's best day, but and actually their catch game, Sal Cannella actually did go with 7 catches. But go ahead.
Honestly, this was pretty much more of a ground game, but this was more of a defensive minded when it came down to it, because I believe we had our first fumble recovery for a touchdown. What else did we flip it? Half of this thing is like it was insanity.
How about not one, but 2 pick sixes in this comeback? Devontae Bosby and Tomasi Lalule. By the way, you guys, apologies for your names, but 2 pick sixes in one game. Damn. And to think for once, it was the quote unquote Dallas area team that was returning instead of throwing them.
Ha! So is it based to say that we should change that from We Them Boys to We Them Renegades? Is that is that like the better way to put it?
I guess you could go there.
I mean, honestly, I guess that kind of depends on what happens as far as this weekend when they faced a familiar foe that they had to play last year, and this game last year was even alone, or at least the season, the second season, that one was even crazy. But this was got holy shit written all over it. We're talking about the Houston Roughnecks, who were, in my eyes, and I believe in a lot of people's, the uncrowned XFL champions in year 2. But now in year 3, these guys have decided, you know what? We just go sit here and we ain't gonna set the bar. We just go break that sumbitch and we just go take that sucker. And they did crazy. Brandon Silvers, 26 of 42 for 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, sacked 3 times, however, but it was more of Deontay Burnett. 8 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. This guy, the kid was practically all over the place, and just like we saw in the previous game, defense was the big thing. The defense of Houston was apparently so stingy that it even sat here to have Paxton Lynch, former Denver Broncos quarterback Paxton Lynch, running home to his mama because his ass was taken out midway in this game, but his replacement didn't do any better because Quentin Dormady actually ended up throwing 2 picks on his own. Yes, they both had touchdowns, but it was those turnovers that pretty much was the equalizer for them. Andrew Jamil of those Guardians, 3 good catches for 80 yards. Cody Latimer, 5 for 68. This was probably one of those games of where if you could get some numbers, get some numbers, especially with the fact that the winning team, as we learned in the game between Vegas and Arlington, the winning team, not only they took a little bit of an old rule from the first SFL and they're modifying it into year 3. They get paid to play. They get paid more to win, as the winning teams, the 4 winning teams, will have an extra $1,000 in their players' paychecks, which nobody's going to turn down an extra $1,000 to play around with.
Yeah. But how about but on the other side of the ball, wow. Golly, Trent Harris. I mean, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 sacks all by himself. Yeah, Tim Ward with 2, Alexander Myers with 1, 7 sacks by Houston. Then Devontae Beckett, Sean Davis, and Gene Harris, each with interceptions. As you said, Dante Burnett, and Jontre Kirkland, they just went off, getting 2 touchdowns in this game. And apparently, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta keep something else for this one because. Yeah, that apparently there's something Orlando could not do during Saturday's game. And I think this woman could probably explain what they did not do. They couldn't get a roughneck.
My childhood getting revisited, folks. And speaking of childhood revisited, that was Saturday. We go to Sunday. And starting out the day, I was not in the best of moods. I could honestly say I was downright pissed. I had doubts about AJ McCarron. I had doubts about it because of the fact the guy had played in 2 seasons. I even posted up about that mess. But when the smoke cleared, AJ McCarron went from Jameis Winston, Tampa Bay, to Jameis Winston, New Orleans. And no, I am not making that up, folks. This guy apparently did something, and St. Louis has already been known for history when it comes to the XFL. In year 2, this is the same Battlehawks team that sat here and ran the first kickoff back for a touchdown. And this year, right out of the gate, first they make history once again, as they become the first team in the XFL to convert a 3-point conversion on a touchdown. And they even sat here and I believe we're one, if not the only teams to actually convert an onside, aka a 4th and 15, to get themselves to put themselves in position to win. Big shots out to a lot of the guys there. Austin Prohl, yes, that Prohl, Ricky's kid, shined like there was no tomorrow as he's basically had 4 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. And of course, Marcel Aitman, 2 catches for 45 yards. Hakeem Butler actually picked up the other touchdown for the Bellhawks. AJ McCarron can go in one end and out the other. 18 to 26 with 2 touchdowns, 190 yards, no picks, but was sacked 5 times. He was practically becoming one step closer to becoming Joe Burrow with a probably a better hairstyle. But hey, we're not even going to go there on that. On the other side of the ball, though, Jack Cohn, he looked good. This kid looked damn good.
And and also Nate Matters also getting an interception for the also getting an interception for the Hawks. But Travis Feeney, Laquel London, each with the sacks.
There's at least one person. That deserves some massive props, and he was a kid that I remember actually. When I got Madden a few years ago, I was like literally my creative character was the backup on. So I'm going to give it up for a former Jacksonville Jaguar, Kalen Balash. 24 carries, 84 yards, and that kid was a damn workhorse. However, where the smoke clears. Now, San Antonio had a lot to celebrate. They had a lot to celebrate. I mean, they had the biggest crowd. They had the most merchandise sold. And the cherry on the top, they will host the inaugural 3rd XFL championship game in April. So, to say the least, everything should have looked good for San Antonio. Yeah. But when the smoke cleared, 15 unanswered points in the last 3 minutes of the 4th quarter, and the Bellhawks head to Seattle 1-0, 18-15 winners over the Brahmas. Brahmas should not hold their heads down. They looked good. They just didn't finish the job.
Yep. And speaking of not finishing jobs, that would take us down to the nation's capital to finish it off with the DC Defenders taking on the Seattle Sea Dragons. And by the way, I don't know if you went on social media or specifically the Sea Dragons Facebook page. Mm-hmm. There was a hell of a lot of discussion when it came to their uniforms.
Yeah. Oh boy. Do I even want to know?
You could take a guess though. What team do you think most people compared their uniforms to?
The Buccaneers? Old school?
Nope. I'll give you a hint. Like, it was somebody that Seattle used to be a rival with when they were in the AFC.
Dolphins?
No.
Broncos?
Yep.
What? No way it could have been that bad.
Hold on. Yeah, it was. Because now, even though they acknowledged that the shade of orange was different, but dude, you put orange and the dark blue. You put orange and dark blue together. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I gotta see these damn uniforms because wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. That's damn.
Yeah. I had to say this though. With all due respect, I know you go Oceanic, but damn, what the hell was just wrong with the Seattle Dragons?
Don't even get me started. Between adding the C and then practically turning their dragon into a flipping character off of Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z. I'm not against it, but still, the previous dragon actually looked badass.
Yep.
This one just, I don't know. It obviously took some thunder out of them, because even despite former Dallas Cowboy Ben DiNucci having himself a heyday with 235 and 54, 282 yards with a touchdown and 2 picks.
Yep.
Despite that, oh, and of course, Flash Gordon approaching. Josh Gordon resurrecting his career with his first touchdown. And damn, how long has it been since we've ever been able to sit here and say Flash Gordon approaching? Josh Gordon, 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. And of course, Jaguar Pearson, 12 catches, 95 yards. And to say the least, I don't know how the hell Seattle let this guy get away from him, but we can say the same thing about San Antonio. But this was some crazy ass messes, man. And this is not taking anything away, because the Defenders have a familiar Battlehawk on their team, and I can't wait to see those two teams actually lock up somewhere in the next few weeks when Jordan Ta'amu, former Battlehawks quarterback Jordan Ta'amu, comes back in the saddle again. Unfortunately, it was not a good day for him. 8 of 19, 86 yards, and an interception. So it wasn't the... What's that thing we always say? Defense wins championships.
Yep. And boy, did Michael Joseph wind up coming through for this one. 2 interceptions on the day, including a pick 6. And I think we need some Chisel Adonis up in here. Gonna make pick 6. And Michael Joseph coming up big on the defensive side and coming from behind. Yep. Defenders win this one. And then DiNucci with the fumble at the end of the game on the 1 yard line.
Oh boy. And that's got
apparently Ben still thinks he's in Dallas.
It's kind of what I'm thinking there, because that seems to be a theme when it comes to that team. If you smell what this captain's cooking. But all that being said, though, folks, that was just the first opening weekend. Right now, at this point, in the XFL North, Battlehawks Defenders are tied at the top at 1-0 each, and of course, it is feeling pretty good to basically be able to win on the road. Let's see if the Battlehawks will do it again. The Dragons and Vipers both at the bottom at 0-1. Dragons look to try to bounce back tomorrow night. In the XFL South, we are going to be looking at the Arlington Renegades and Houston Roughnecks, who will be duking it out this weekend. Top spot in the division on the line. And unfortunately, the Guardians and Brahmas both at 0-1. And you have to feel bad for the Brahmas, because honestly, you look at everything that has happened so far up to this point, and it is almost safe to say that if you aren't pretty much feeling this madness right now, you clearly are not paying attention to it right now.
And I say this, like, I don't know how in the hell they're gonna top this start for week 2, but I'm intrigued by it nonetheless. And let's run it down, starting, like you said, tomorrow, which, by the way, oh Lord, it's my niece's birthday. Yeah.
And I'm hoping to be drunk.
Tomorrow, of course, Sea Dragons host the Battlehawks. That game will be at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific on FX. And then Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, Vegas Vipers will host the DC Defenders. You can catch that on FX and ESPN Deportes. Yep, Sunday. Yeah, back-to-back, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific on ESPN. The Orlando Guardians will host the San Antonio Brahmas, and then at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2.
Game of the week.
Arlington Renegades. Yep, it's going to be a showdown in the Lone Star State.
In that case, there can be only one. And this one, honestly, next week looks just as good because of the fact that we got these nice little rivalries going. Obviously, DC is going to be keeping an eye on that game on Thursday because they'll have a shot at the top spot in the North Division. Battlehawks are going to try to keep this momentum going. Hopefully, be able to calm AJ McCarron down and hopefully get him back to good. How? Unfortunately, we do have some bad news, at least at this point. At least that's what we're pretty much getting at. Off the field, the XFL has officially fired Brahma's general manager Mike Sheehan after one game. And from what they are saying is that this move came confirmed to fire Sheehan that it is a personal matter and that the move is not related to finances and no other firings are coming for the other XFL franchises. And here it is again. The Brahmas franchise pretty much is the hot one in this whole situation because they led the league in attendance and merchandise sold for week one. Fans all over social media were basically sitting here commenting on the energy of San Antonio. Even I was even sitting here impressed with that one. It was like because I was trying to introduce my wife to the XFL because she hadn't seen it. So being able to actually have a game like that and a crowd like that to show that there is a chance. I gotta give it a credit too. So I gotta give it up for Hines Ward. Hines Ward has a damn good football team on his hands, and I honestly feel like the Brahmas are going to make up for some lost time. I feel like that they are going to go to Orlando. It's going to be pretty much Hines Ward versus Terrell Wheatley. I look forward to that one. This is going to be a fun time. Which, shockingly enough, actually brings us folks to probably the be all end all of this crazy madness. Because when it comes down to it, we actually brought the noise. We came to you to bring the noise. Don't forget, keep your eyes on the prize here. We are not done yet. Eric Burns will be hosting a Bananas watch party tonight at all these times will be Pacific at 4 p.m. As well as an hour after that, we will be having the Bleacher Brothers show on the Bleacher Brothers Sports Network. I believe we actually will be having as well Joe Quills and Mike Smith both will be having shows that will be coming up in the next 24 hours. Big Ben and K-Win will be switching from the NFL to the NBA as will be discussing the playoff race tomorrow. Pouring Perspective with the Duncan Dads will be on Friday morning. Into the Night with Tony Bruno. Obviously, we'll be there on Friday night, along with Into the Nightcap. And, of course, my buddy there, Rockin' Reese, will be hosting Rockin' Jocks on Saturday. So if you're looking for some stuff to enjoy, you clearly need to start paying more damn attention. You got all this fun going. I will say, however, big shots out goes out to one of our possibly one of our first sponsors in JBL. The headsets you are hearing right now, not only are they good looking and they actually make me blend in when the lights go out, but I can walk off this thing, still be talking on this thing, and be wireless, happy and free, because that's the way it actually goes. The only wire I want to be connected to is that beautiful woman in the other room. Bottom line, real talk.
But Vicky, just on the record, Garden had the USFL. Generals, they've been existing for a while. Yeah, matter of fact, they were original USFL team, I think.
Yeah, they were like one of the originals. I think that was what pissed a lot of people off. Now, here's one big problem I have, though. I've got to call out one of our old mutual frenemies in the form of Jay Busby, who, for some crazy reason, is not wanting to embrace the possibility of spring football. Well, obviously the XFL now, and then literally the USFL starting up. Both leagues will collide. In the last, maybe in the last 3 weeks of the season for the XFL, the first 3 weeks of the season for the USFL, and I do believe I don't thought I had to sit here to actually quote somebody on this one, but I am going to quote somebody, and I'm going to say flat out, I'm actually all for it. Okay. Quote, we hear you. You can never have too much football. I beg to differ. I like that our calendar gives us some separation from the NFL. You've got March Madness, the Masters coming up right around the time you start to think, I miss football. You can tune into the USFL and watch us. The person who we congratulate for saying that is USFL Executive Director and, of course, legend, Hall of Famer for the Dallas Cowboys, Moose! Daryl Moose Johnson. Probably one of the few Cowboys I actually like. But I do want to remind him, though. The XFL and the USFL, they're not trying to compete with each other. They're just doing something that basically the NFL has not been able to do, which is basically give teams a second chance. Give players a second chance. Ben DiNucci, he should have been one of those quarterbacks that should have been picked up when he became a free agent. Now he's in the XFL. Now he has a chance to shine. Josh Gordon, same thing with him. Martavis Bryant, same thing with him. Oh, did I forget to mention USFL also has a former running back from Alabama named Bo Scarborough? Oh yeah, he's gonna be pretty much there rocking the castball. I feel like both of these guys can win. Both of these leagues will be good. And for those who basically miss the NFL so badly that basically you want to just beat it like it owes you money, guess what? You now have an opportunity. You got an opportunity of a lifetime. You get to go and you can play. You can have yourself a damn good time. You can actually enjoy yourself. Literally, you have football all year round. There's no such thing. And plus, with the fact that nobody liked the NBA All-Star game last weekend, yes, they actually hated the thought of Giannis and LeBron once again. You're welcome. They got to watch a little XFL, and the ratings were actually good. People were actually vibing. They actually were having a good time. It was actually a hot topic all over the place. So I think Jay Busby needs to take a big giant cup of shut what is called the fuck up and just be happy at the fact that, hey, we said your name twice in this broadcast, but all you need is one.
And speaking of the USFL, damn, they got rid of an OG.
What?
The Bandits.
What?
Yeah, Tampa Bay Bandits are out of the USFL.
How the hell? What? Why?
And they will now be replaced by the Memphis Showboats.
Showboats. Number one, I don't know who picked your name, but go slap the piss out of them. Showboats is not Rivermen. Big shouts out to Peoria. And let's be realistic. I don't remember last time seeing a boat in Memphis. Yes, you guys got that beautiful water underneath and you got the pyramid, all that good stuff. But if you guys are going to do anything good, maybe see if you can make a phone call to a certain quarterback just trying to get himself back in the saddle. Used to wear number 2. Used to do this a lot. And last time I checked, he actually did pretty good in the in that whatever the fuck that league was. Yeah, give me Johnny Boy, baby. Give me Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Let's see. In conjunction with this one, here's one. All right. In conjunction with its agreement to play at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, the USFL announced that the Memphis Showboats will be replacing the Tampa Bay Bandits for the 2023 season. Boy, ain't that a bitch?
It doesn't get any better than that. Wait, I guess I spoke too soon. Why did y'all do this to me?
Now it happened.
We actually have our first official power rankings from CBS in regards to the XFL. And holy fuck a duck. I just can't believe this mess.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, well, I guess we'll just run with it. Reese, are you ready for the Extreme debut?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know about our infamous NFL list of collision. You know about the titles. You know about the victories. You know about the list. Well, guess what? We're going to take this list and make it to the extreme because the good news on this one is that we don't have to do 32 teams. We're only doing 8 now, which actually saves my brain a little bit more space. However, this is probably going to be the funnest time ever, and I cannot wait for Chisel the Dons to be able to come out with that first XFL game highlight commentary. And hello, folks. Welcome to the Extreme Lista Collision. Now, if you don't mind, Mr. Reese, I think I'm going to actually take a little bit of burden from you in this one, because you always do like the NFL ones, and you always have everybody. Yep. I'm saying fuck everybody else. I'm going to the one that stuck out for me, which is just CBS, which I'm shocked because I don't believe there's any games on CBS, but they did do something big. So, CBS has given the number 8 spot to, no surprise, the Orlando Guardians. Reese, who you taking? Who you got at the number 8?
They got that one right. I mean, damn Orlando.
Damn.
There's just like nothing to say outside of probably whatever CBS wrote, because y'all showed up in the first quarter, but then after that, you had to put that APB out on you. It was like, where you at though?
I think people are still trying to actually find them, because I also sat here with Orlando at number 8, because the bottom line was, with all due respect to Terrell Buckley, I remember the way he played. I remember the heart, remember the passion. But the fact that basically his team was pretty much the first team in this league to have to bench their quarterback halfway through the second half for somebody different, because Paxton Lynch, I don't know what the hell happened in regards to that one, but this is not the Paxton Lynch I remember, kinda. But hey, all's well that may end well. But hopefully they gotta get their vibe right on this one, and that's the truth. That's the honest to God truth on it. At number 7, CBS has chosen the Las Vegas Vipers, and I think it probably has to do with the fact of the 2 pick sixes that Luis Perez sat here and threw that basically sealed that deal for Arlington. I'm going to sit here and give a little bit of this one. I'm going to go Vegas on this one as well. I feel like the pick sixes did sit here and rule it up, but the fact was that they looked flat in that second half, either after sitting here dominating in that first half. They looked like they were running all cylinders, and then all of a sudden they got a flat tire. So I'm going to sit here and say flat out the Vipers, in my eyes, also got number 7. Who you got for 7, Reese?
This one was a tough one, because I could give excuse for all 3 of these next 3 spots, but I actually went San Antonio. You have a 15-3 lead with 90 seconds to go in the game, and you give up a touchdown. Then you give up the 3-point field goal to boot. Then you give up the 4th and 15 onside conversion. Then you give up another touchdown. And like I said, this was with a minute and a half left in regulation. You do not lose the game like that, but somehow y'all did. And I was like, yeah, and in front of your hometown fans to boot. Yeah. If there's a way to quickly lose faith, I won't say complete faith, but I was like, if the hopes was looking up high, I say you might have brought them down, but you didn't bring them down too far. But still, no promise. Yeah, Yo Horns done came off faster than somebody kicking him off of JBL's limo.
Oh, no, you know what? Yeah. I guess you go this one. No, it's not even that big of a hoopla. But At number 6.
Bradshaw's not the headset sponsor, JBL. Just wanted to clarify that, JBL. Just wanted to clarify which JBL I'm talking about.
He did clarify that one. Shockingly enough, at number 6, CBS did choose the San Antonio Brahmas. They sat here and felt about the fact that they gave up 15 points and 2 touchdowns in the game's final 90 seconds, that it pretty much killed whatever the defense sat here had been doing for them pretty much all game long. Reese, who's your number 6?
Ooh. All right, this one, this is where I got to flip-flop. And I actually took Vegas on this one. Even though technically they were the highest scoring of the 4 losers, but still, Vegas, you threw not one, but 2 pick sixes. Dude, as a fact, I would have, if Orlando didn't do so badly, I would have put y'all at number 8. But, yeah, y'all got to pass this time.
Just this time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, Vegas, yeah. Yeah, your Vipers, yeah. They ended up looking like garter snakes.
You know, it's come to the realization on me that I do kind of sit here and kind of screw the pooch on it sometimes. But this time I'm going to actually do something a little differently. Number 6 for me was the Seattle Sea Dragons. Why? Probably just because of the fact that they had to add C to that, which made no fucking sense. I mean, is this supposed to be like the Loch Ness Monster or something? I have no fucking idea. But I will tell you this much. Seattle, I don't know what happened to Paxton Lynch. I don't know which version of Paxton Lynch you guys ended up getting. But I can tell you this much. This is probably going to be the craziest damn ending to all this shitstorm that you could ever imagine in your life, in your existence. I feel like this game tomorrow has a little bit more significance because of the fact that Seattle had it. They had it, and then it was gone. Same thing goes with St. Louis. They were about to ride on that L train. All of a sudden, they sell tickets for San Antonio and get it done. I'm actually going to give Seattle this one just because of the fact that when I sat here and turned over to that game after I got my little pound of flesh, so to speak, I was actually feeling pretty damn good about it. So yes, I'm gonna go that route, which brings us to that top 5, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we get it. It took us a little quicker than normal, but we're good like that. Number 5, the CBS actually chose the Seattle Sea Dragons. And this is probably the part where we butt heads because I'm going number 5. I'm giving it to San Antonio because San Antonio actually, before this 90-second 15-point flurry that A.J. McCarron and the Battlehawks went on, the Brahmas, they looked amazing. They looked like a team a force to be reckoned with. And they still do in my eyes. This is a team that literally had the crowd on their side. This is a team that had the merch on their side. This is a team that had momentum on their side. All for up to about 90 seconds left. And then it was gone. But I can tell you this much. I think that the Brahmas will bounce back. And I feel like they will have that team. They will be that team. And they will strike hard, strike heavy, and they will call it a happy day. I'm going to go Brahmas on this one. Reese, who you got as number 5?
This one, I am taking the Seattle Broncos. I mean, Seattle Sea Dragons.
Oh, that was cold. That was cold.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm sorry, but not only that, but also because of the orange and the green, I could have also called them the Seattle Hurricanes too. But just either way, yeah, because hey, Rock, we ain't forget where you graduated from.
Yeah, we smell what you cooking.
But yeah, Seattle.
Oh,
First of all, yeah, Seattle, I'm going to tell y'all something that Dallas actually managed to learn. Ben DiNucci ain't the answer. Did you not watch when he was in the NFL? There was a reason that dude, and well, I cannot believe we've actually given the Cowboys praise twice in one show. But
it's about to get worse.
Oh yeah. But anyway, I will say this for the Dragons though. That they got a good squad. Because now, although I would like to see a little bit more in the running game, from them, but Josh Gordon, nice to see you coming back, my brother. And I know what mental health does. Trust me, I have way too much experience on it. Not only just my own life, but just dealing with others who've dealt with it.
Same.
Blake Jackson saw a lot of good potential from him. So, like I said, I am liking the receiving core out of this. Also, Jordan Vesey as well. And defense, like I said, they got another. Elijah Holder, and Nicolalos, Antoine Jackson. They've got some good guys up on that squad. And, Bryce Thompson, of course. So Seattle, although they did take the L, though, I'm going to tell you what, though. They're going to be a sleeper team to look forward to in this season.
Agreed. Which we have arrived, folks. The number 4, the final 4, the top 4. We are in the penthouse now as we proceed to give y'all what you need. CBS actually goes number 4 with the Arlington Renegades. Reese, who are you picking at number 4?
Okay, gonna go a little out of order for this one too, because I'm actually giving my number 4, even though they were the tied for the second highest scoring winner. I'm going to DC for my number 14 because, I'm sorry, but it was compared to what the other 3 teams did and how they won. And by the way, I'm not trying to sleep on DC's accomplishments, but they were a fumble away from they were a fumble away from losing this game. And I was about to say that they better also be lucky that a couple of penalties didn't wind up killing them late, because they could have very easily gave this game back to Seattle after taking it midway through the 4th. DC's my number 4.
Oh, ouch. Mickey, you are just full of the smack talk today, aren't you? Give the guy some time. Give him some time. You can go down to the stadium tomorrow and do all the smack talking you want. Since she's out there playing tomorrow night against my boys, the Blue Day. Yes, I still get to flaunt it. And I'm getting the new one, too, as soon as those things come up for sale. My number 4, I'm actually agreeing with you as well. I feel like DC was probably, even though they did sit here and top off everything with, the best run. However, I expected better out of Jordan Ta'amu. I have been singing his praises since year 2 of the XFL actually ended. And when he got signed by Kansas City, I was ready to sit here and start screaming, it's free real estate. But I didn't get the chance to. I should expect more out of Ta'amu, and I definitely want to see more basically what this defense can actually dish out. I know Greg Williams because he used to be our defensive coordinator with the Rams. I know what this guy can do. And the defense for every team seems to be it's been on point, with the exception of Orlando, obviously. But it does look like, it does appear that there's going to be some noise to be made out of DC. So I'm going to give DC credit where credit's due, but just not enough to get them to that top spot. Speaking of top spots, folks, we are at the gold, silver, and bronze of our XFL opening weekend. Number 3, and it's going to be crazy to sit here and say that this basically is everybody's number 3, and that's even me included. Number 3 is the St. Louis Battlehawks, who managed in the final 90 seconds of their opening win, took full advantage of the XFL's rules that differentiate it from the NFL. Down 15-3, scored a touchdown. They made it 15-12 after a successful 3-point conversion. I believe they were the first to do that. Yep. And then they were able to keep the possession after choosing to try to convert on 4th and 15. I believe they were the ones who actually did that too. And guess the person that got that big conversion. It is perfect that it was this guy. It was perfect it was this kid. The second name that will probably be, or third name now I think about it, that will end up in a jersey in my closet, Austin Pro. The only Austin that, well, besides Stone Cold, that matters. Austin Pro making his daddy proud, and in complete fashion, 4 for 15, like father, like son, without a question. I do believe the St. Louis Battlehawks, yes, they had a very slow start. I was expecting some aggression out of Anthony Beck, some aggression out of AJ McCarron. I got the aggression out of that defense, but somebody better tell that fat man next time he sits there and gets a fumble, you better put some stank on that run back, bud. Do not get caught like that in Seattle, because the air is going to be a little crisper. It's probably going to be raining. Hell, it might even snow a little bit, since it is snowing here in Vancouver right now. So St. Louis is my pick for number 3. Reese, who you got?
I'm riding on the same train, going to the loo. Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, on a list of crazy comebacks. Yeah, this one had to go down as one of the more exciting ones, because yeah, you're thinking 90 seconds, you got to get 12 points, and you're more than likely going to have to play all these rules that the XFL have added into. And by the way, and not only that, you execute them damn near flawlessly at that point. So definitely loving this. Can't wait to see more teams trying to tempt it and see how somebody actually manages to defend these plays successfully. But yeah, Battlehawks, Ian, yeah, they definitely put the battle part to this name, and they earned it. So.
And on that note there, Battlehawks, I'm going to give you this one. Caw-caw is the law. Boom. At number 2 from CBS, as we are at the double deuces round. Now, you see some names that haven't picked yet. Y'all know how I am when it comes to basically giving any acknowledgement to a team out of Texas, but damn, I got to give the acknowledgement to 2 of them. Question is, which one is going to be 2? Which one is going to be 1? Shockingly enough, it ain't the team you're thinking. My number 2 for CBS is the Houston Roughnecks. They are also my number 2. Yes, they beat down Orlando, and they earned it. I'm not taking that away from them. This was a hot team when the league had to basically shut down during COVID, and they still are that damn good with a whole new cast, whole new set of rules. And let's not undersell Trent Harris and his 4 sack performance. Houston's defense did come up in epic fashion to go with those 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, and couple of stop possessions. And Brandon Silver's acknowledging me. I had to do it. Wade Phillips definitely has a winning squad in Houston. And I'm just thinking that in my head. The guy who basically sat here and got booed out of Houston when he was a Texans coach is getting cheered when he comes back as a roughneck. It's I cannot make this up, folks, and I love it. Houston, you are CBS's 2. You are my 2. Reese, who's your double deuce?
My number 2. Well, yeah, I wanted to see if I could put a theme for this one.
A theme.
Well, because I had to really think about this one because there were two ways I wanted to go, but I wanted to take this one old school for a moment because I wasn't going to. Yeah. Here we go. Because I want to take us back to our probably late childhood for this one. Yeah. My number 2 pick.
A renegade. A renegade.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually. Yes, folks, we really went here.
I don't even have words. I used to. Is it wrong? I used to hum that song in my head when I was a kid.
Hey, it was a badass show, man. I loved it.
It was a badass show.
Yeah, Arlington Renegades get my number 2. And speaking of 2, it's because of, like I said, 2 pick sixes. It's hard enough to just get one in a game.
True.
They got 2. Great comeback victory. And like I said, I was like, hey, we're tired of being in Dallas's shadow. It's like, we're Arlington, and we're proud to call ourselves that. Yeah, good job, Renegades. You're my number 2 team.
As you can tell there, folks, we all have differing number ones. As the number 1 XFL team for week 1 for CBS will be the DC Defenders. Rock and Reese, after you.
Oh, MC Light, yeah, I had to look out for you. Because my number 1 is those gotta get a Roughnecks. I mean, damn. What? Yeah, you want to talk about making a statement in week 1? Yeah. Defensively, yeah, 7 sacks, excuse me. Yeah, 4 of them by Trent Harris, the 3 picks. Yeah, and like I said, they pretty much just you forced Paxton Lynch to sit down in his 4th comeback attempt or whatever it's been now. Yeah. Bottom line was this, the Roughnecks, they were picking up right where they left off, winning and being undefeated. And I would tell you what, somebody's got to show me that they can beat this team right now because they didn't do it in the abbreviated season 2. And so far, it looks like season 3 is going to pick up right where season 2 left off.
You know, it took a very, very, very long time.
And I can imagine, because like I said, between the 2 Texas teams, it's...
And again, people know how I am when it comes to this. They know how I am. They know how I've been.
He is like KO going into last year's WrestleMania.
I mean, I still a big fan of Stone Cold, but this one was big because I'm actually putting my number 1 team to the team that actually sat here and even shocked me. And I'd say shocked because they did everything that I did not expect out of them. This team was firing on all cylinders. Bob Stoops, literally the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend. He still had it going on. The Arlington Renegades, or as some people were calling them, the bootleg version of the Dallas Cowboys. I think that was what they were going off with. It's like, you'll never see replace our boys. Guess what? They managed to do something in week 1 that your boys couldn't even do in week 1, and that's pick up a big giant W. Not only that, the defense pretty much, defense wins championships, and the Renegades pretty much know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Between the fact of basically sitting here stopping the Vipers game tie-in, 2-point conversion, and then stopping the Vipers again on their 4th and 15 onside attempt. these Renegades are going to be good. However, they are going to have to get some better production out of Drew Plitt. Yes, he threw 172 yards, but he's going to need a little more time to be able to go through his progressions. And I think that is what's going to be a focal point for Bob Stoops' squad. Still sitting here bringing up these badass quarterbacks. He is that guy. And this is no disrespect to Houston, because Houston was on its money on Sunday. But all good things. You know me. I love underdogs. And the way that game looked, nobody was sitting here and thought that Arlington was going to be able to come back and win that thing. So, hey, I like the concept. I do like this. I do like the XFL. I like the way everything is going. And that being said, folks, we have officially sat here and hit that moment. We've hit that time. It is ding, ding, ding. It is almost over. Tomorrow night, folks, don't forget, the St. Louis Battlehawks will travel to the Emerald City, Seattle, Washington, to take on the Seattle. You know what? I'm not even going to call them Sea Dragons. I'm just going to call them Seattle Dragons. I'm going to stick to what I know. The Seattle Dragons in a Thursday night epic matchup. Of course, we got all this on our hands. Should be a fun time. Reese, do we got anything cooking up a storm this weekend, or are we just take that ball and run with it?
Let's see. Oh, I think I'll do a minor something for Rocket Jacks this week. So, yeah, it's Saturday 3 right here in No Felder on the all-new Rocket Jocks. I will be covering spring training. That's right, it kicks off this Friday, y'all. Yeah, so all you baseball fans, yeah, get ready. Yeah, and of course I'll be talking about what's going on as the NBA gets busy with the second half of its season, which kicks off tomorrow. Be giving up some NHL news, and of course be talking about week 2 XFL. Hey, yeah, and also I'm also going to give some unexpected shout outs when it comes to the All-Star game, or actually All-Star weekend. And one of them, yeah, although this clip has gone viral, and unfortunately it didn't officially count, but I'm going to still say the clip was awesome.
Now I'm curious.
Yep. Well, if you know the impression I just did, you heard about the celebrity game, you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I'd say that's about accurate on that one. So hey, whatever works for you guys, have as much fun with it, run with it. But all that being said, folks, we just getting warmed up. We just getting that pot stirred. We just got that cooking going. We are warmed up, and I promise you, TLC will be returning next week. We are getting that thing back into high gear. We are just taking that ball and running with it, and I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a damn good time for everybody.
Some Revolution talk, perhaps. Yeah, we're going to have March Madness come around. Yeah, because let's not forget Selection Sunday's coming up in a couple weeks, y'all.
And you already know. If you don't know, now you know. Suck on that, hit row. For Big Slick Mick, the Black Ric Flair, Rocket Reese, and of course for yours truly, El Capitan, Ron Johnson. Thank you all for sitting here joining us on our surprise episode for XFL Aftermath. Enjoy the games. Go Battlehawks, go. And of course, above all else, thank all of you for all your love, support, and admiration. We is out of here. We go have ourselves a good time. Don't forget to check out my boy, Rocket Reese, along with Bleacher Brothers this weekend on Rocket Jocks. And I will be back on Monday for an all-new episode of TLC. And just to sit here and cook it up just a little bit more, we will be returning to our usual day. Tuesday, folks, will be the next installment of the Aftermath as we try to get this XFL built up and rock. Danny, if you guys watching, we're waiting for you. We will see you guys next time on the Aftermath.
You see me coming, you bring your A game, 'cause I will rain down the water. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the air. This moment happens once in a lifetime. My heart pumping, adrenaline pipeline. Right mind, right brain, right life, right game. Our time, walk tall, never slip, never fall. Win it all, never quit. Stand proud, never sit. Here it is, do or die. One chance, let it fly. Fourth quarter, bottom line. No water, time to shine. Time is mine, believe it, baby. Champions here, they need it, baby. I got enough bravado, don't need no lucky lotto. I eat your face like Tyson when he had the motto. This is my chance to shine in front of millions and see it back in the building. Awesome. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the hustle. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the air. This moment happens once in a lifetime. My heart pumping, adrenaline pipeline. Right mind, right brain, right life, right game. Our time, walk tall, never slip, never fall. Win it all, never quit. Stand proud, never sit. Here it is, do or die. One chance, let it fly. Fourth quarter, bottom line. No water, time to shine. Time is mine, believe it, baby. Champions here, they need it, baby. I got enough bravado, don't need no lucky lotto. I eat your face like Tyson when he had the motto. This is my chance to shine in front of millions and see it back in the building. Awesome. Loyalty, respect, a legend. They never kill him. Coming in the hustle. Loyalty,